In this edition of Your Alberta Online, mobilizing communities and partners to prevent crime, providing positive role models for Alberta youth, and the Lower Athabasca Regional Plan. Now, here's your host, Tim Chander.
Welcome to Your Alberta Online, a regular webcast to help you stay connected to Alberta government news and events. First up today, community involvement is important to help make Alberta's communities safer places. More than 300 participants, in person and online, were part of the recent Mobilizing for Safe Communities 2011 in Calgary. The event focused on what works and how to work together to make our communities safer.
It's not one issue, it's the complex issues. And no one, either individual organization or government entity, can solve this.
It feels much more like a partnership. Sitting here today feels much more like we're willing to talk and willing to look at alternatives, willing to look at ways of being able to achieve a similar outcome, because we all want safer communities.
More information on the Mobilizing Communities events, along with the presentations and materials, are available on the web address on your screen right now. The Alberta government is providing more support to a program helping young people build relationships with positive role models. The province will provide an additional $1 million over the next 3 years, bringing the total to $4.2 million for the Alberta Mentoring Partnership.
Over the last 3 years, we've all been working together across Alberta to increase the number of healthy adults in kids' lives, as well as the number of young people who are taking a leadership role in mentoring our children. And this means that thousands of more mentors will come forth and be there for kids.
Check out the web address on your screen for more on the Alberta Mentoring Partnership and how you can become a mentor. Alberta recently released the first regional plan under the land use framework.
What it is going to help us do is make some certainty around what areas in the province would be set aside for conservation, what areas are multi-use, what opportunities we have there for forestry, for recreation, for tourism, for critical habitat protection.
The Lower Athabasca Regional Plan, still in draft form, is a blueprint for economic growth, vibrant communities, and a healthy environment in Northeast Alberta.
There's a balance between our economy in the province of Alberta. People need jobs. The second thing is that we have to do this in a way that is environmentally sustainable. Albertans want it, and not only that, many of our customers around the world are looking at this and they want the same thing.
Albertans are encouraged to read the plan and provide input. Learn more at the address on your screen. A new agreement between the Alberta government and the province's optometrist expands Alberta's coverage for medically necessary eye care. Starting this October, all Albertans, no matter their age, who need an optometrist to provide certain medically required services will be covered under the Alberta Healthcare Insurance Plan.
It ensures, regardless of your age, if you're having an eye-related emergency or an eye-related health problem, you can go see your optometrist and within your own community.
The new agreement also confirms the Alberta government's support for the I See, I Learn program. The program encourages eye exams for children registered in kindergarten, and it provides those who need a prescription with a free pair of eyeglasses. Every dollar invested in Alberta's oil sands creates about $9 of economic activity. 500 manufacturers and suppliers gathered recently in Edmonton at the Government of Alberta-sponsored National Buyer-Seller Forum. The focus was on connecting buyers and sellers of oil sands supplies and services, including environmentally oriented technologies. The oil sands now account for almost 1/5 of total investment in the province.
It's $1.7 trillion over the next 25 years of economic benefit to this country. And most of that is going to stay in Canada from this industry.
Along with providing thousands of jobs here in Alberta, about 23% of oil sands-related employment is now outside the province. And finally, for this edition of Your Alberta Online, a rare 110-million-year-old dinosaur fossil has been found near Fort McMurray. Scientists from the Government of Alberta-operated Royal Tyrrell Museum were on site to remove the fossil, one of the oldest ever found in Alberta. It was discovered when 2 Suncor employees noticed a large lump of dirt with an odd texture and diamond patterns. Following established practice, they stopped work and sent photos to the museum.
We're going to be taking little bites out of the hillside. This is stuff that's fallen down or was knocked down, and we're going to go through each layer. He's going to take a scoop, spread it out nice and shallow, and we're going to look at every crumb. We're looking for bone shapes, because it's really frustrating to go all the way back south and not have everything.
Discovering a fossil of this kind is extremely rare. It's being sent to the museum for further study. That's it for this edition of Your Alberta Online. Your Alberta Online is also on Twitter and Facebook. Tune in next time for more Government of Alberta news. Thanks for joining us.